The truth is, you have the loudest voice. You listen to people, you read things, you are in conversations, friends, family, leaders, and all of that. However, the voice inside, your own voice, is still the loudest and it's the one that stays with you the longest, literally all your life. You sleep, you wake up, the voice is there talking to you, and we don't realize that we are always talking to ourselves. Whether you're trying to make a decision or you're trying to, come up with a solution or you're struggling with something, you are always talking to yourself. As I'm sitting here, I'm thinking of what next to say, what line to say next. I'm thinking of, oh, what happens after this? Will I be able to finish this, before they take the life? There is still a lot going on even while I'm talking. So if you don't recognize it, I'm here to tell you today that you talk to yourself more than you want to admit. In today's video, we're going to be talking about negative self-talk, why it is bad, how it is bad, and really how to work around it. So if you don't know what negative self-talk is, those crippling thoughts you have, sometimes you even say them out. Maybe you make a mistake and you're like, I'm so horrible, or you do something, I'm so forgetful, I'm such a bad person. Those sometimes it's like we're snapping at ourselves, and sometimes we don't even say them out loud. Other times we say them out loud. Now, some people have gotten the hang of this thing, they don't do it, they don't say it. However, a lot of us are still struggling with it. Some A lot of us don't even recognize that we're negatively talking to ourselves. Some others don't even see it as a bad thing. Now, why should you not, you know, why should you not engage in negative self-talk? It's pretty simple. One, it reduces your self-confidence. I mean, really, really picture it. You're telling yourself, or you're telling a piece of thing, you are so bad, you are so bad, you are so bad. After a while, it starts to believe it. There was a scientific research one time, and it was about, I think they did two sets of plants, and for one, they were just, watering it and doing everything they were supposed to do, photosynthesis and all of those things. The other one, you're doing all of that, but they were negatively speaking to it. If I find the research, I'm going to put the link in the description box. They were doing everything at the same time, they were negatively talking to it, just saying bad things. Guess what? The one that didn't get all the negative self-talk came out more beautiful, vibrant colors, better leaves than the one that got all the negative self-talk. So you are a living thing. It's like you're a sponge. You take in and what you hear. Now when you are now the one saying it to yourself, imagine how fast you even believe it, right? So negative self-talk, one, affects your self-confidence, affects you know your how do you see yourself, imagine, or you already telling yourself, I'm not beautiful, I look horrible, I'm shapeless, I'm this. When you go outside, it's like you're carrying all of that baggage with yourself. Now, the second reason why negative self-talk is not good is there's this mind body connection that happens, right? You are saying something in your mind, and after a while it starts to weaken your body itself. I don't know if anyone has experienced this, where you're having thoughts or you're just thinking about something or going through something that it started from your mind. After a while, your physical body too started to feel sick. If you have experienced this, let me know. I think I have a couple of times. Maybe I'm going through a hard time or something. Or let me even use breakup as an example, right? It is your heart that is hurting, but after a while, your physical body can catch up and also start to feel sick or feel bad, and you're just like, what's happening, why am I falling sick? It's an in out work. It's a mind body inflow or connection, however you like to put it. So for those two reasons, negative self-talk is obviously bad for you. I mean, something is called negative, you should know that it's bad for you. However, we subconsciously engage in it, and I just love to talk about it because it's funny how it is so little, but it can do so much harm, right? Like, you make a simple mistake, extend grace to yourself. You're a human being. The way you forgive people, the way you forgive your friends, everyone around you, Extend that grace to yourself. You're a human being. Every time you want to beat yourself up, maybe you have been trying to do something better and you have been sucking at it or you have been failing at it. Extend grace. Now, this part will lead me to talk about how to overcome negative self-talk or how to handle it, right? Because it's a big deal. It's real, right? It is real, especially for those who don't even say it out. And those, I mean, none is better than the other, right? But I'm just saying it's not good, right? So I'm going to be sharing ways in which you can overcome them and stop that. First is to break the cycle. Remember what I said, I said extend grace to yourself. Every time you feel you are about to start to say those things to yourself, break the cycle and extend grace to yourself. Let me a typical example. Maybe you have been this happened to me a lot growing up. I don't know, maybe my hand was just slippery. I broke a lot of plates, tumblers, a lot of things growing up. And after a while I started to feel like something wrong with my hand. Am I cursed? Because of course, as Nigerian parents would at some point take it spiritual and say, you better go and pray, your hand this, your hand that. And of course, it wasn't like my parents were trying to talk down on me, but it was just this particular sentence. I think my mom was just really pissed that day, and she was just like, "You better go and pray. Why are you always breaking things? Why are you always doing this?" And it got to me a lot. I remember I was a teenager. It really got to me, and I started to pray. That I started to feel like something was wrong with me. Honestly, I started to feel like my hands were cursed. I started to feel a lot of things, right? And this is not to say my mom did not handle the situation well. I'd broken so many before that she did not even say anything, but that particular one, when something has there's been so many good, but that single one you will just pick on it. And I really did pray, about it, because it almost felt like it was a spiritual thing, and it was just me not being, maybe careful enough, or just being a little bit clumsy as a teenager and all of that. So break the cycle. Remind yourself, I am great, I'm good, I'm capable, I'm beautiful, I have a good heart, my hands are blessed. Whatever it is, just flip the switch, right? If you're about to beat yourself up on something, remind yourself, I'm a work in progress. I'm better than I was yesterday. I'm doing amazing. I'm growing. I'm getting better by the day and all of that. The second thing you can do is to surround yourself with positivity, positive friends, positive people, positive circle, songs, music, conversations, movies. Make your environment positive, because it's like what you listen to, what you take in, also has a way of affecting what you give out or what you say to yourself, right? So make sure the people around you, the friends that you have, are people that speak life to you, not a friend that will even tell you that say as you look now, say as you be, see, and you probably are already um telling yourself behind closed doors that I'm not beautiful, I'm not this. Now imagine a friend now telling you, say as you be now, say as you look. It would worsen the situation. So surround yourself with positivity, and that would help a great deal. The third point to overcoming negative self-talk would be to see failures as learning curves. Recognize that failures are not, when you fail, it is an event, that's not you, right? I mean, life is full of ups and downs. Your journey as a human being is full of ups and downs, and events don't define you. A single event does not define you. Embrace failure. Embrace it when you fail. See it as a stepping stone. Pick the lessons and move. I know some failures, really cut deep and are just harder to get back from. But remind yourself every time that I am on a journey. This is not my destination. This is not my last bus stop, right? I'm still going somewhere, and this is just a small part in the journey. Do you ever look back and remember something that happened, maybe an exam you failed or something you could not understand, and you look back in retrospect, you're like, this thing wasn't so much of a big deal now. Why was it now so why did it really get to me at that time? It's because in the moment, situations have a way of exaggerating themselves than they really are. Sometimes we feel things deeper because we are in the moment. After that time, you just look back and you're like, well, it wasn't so much of a big deal. So every failure is a stepping stone, a learning opportunity, right? So don't see events of failure as you. It is just an event, simple and short. Lastly, another way you can, overcome this and get better at talking good to yourself is to celebrate your wins. Trust me, no matter how small it might be to somebody else or even to you sometimes, you know how you want to celebrate a win and you're like, this thing is not so much of a big deal, but then celebrate it because you did not have that thing yesterday or last week or something. So when you get something, when you do something, celebrate it. You were able to, write 10 pages, celebrate it. You read a book in a month, celebrate it. You finish your task for the week by Thursday, celebrate it. No matter how seemingly small or relatively small to somebody else's own, remember that this is your journey, this is your life, and this is your win. So own it and literally carry it on top of your head, carry it with your full chest, because like I said, it is your win. So every time a negative sub talk comes up, you are reminded of all the wins you have celebrated, and you're just like, yeah, this is just one of those things, right? It's okay, it's okay. So imagine if you don't celebrate wins, you don't have any reference point, you don't have anything to look back at and remember that, oh yeah, it's just one of the downs in the moment. I've had so many ups and it's just fine. Okay, so on that note, we've come to the end of this video. It really just popped in my mind, and I thought to share this because I know that as young adults, we we tend to compare ourselves a lot. We tend to talk to ourselves a lot, and sometimes those talks are not very positive. Let me know if this was helpful. If there's another form of this, or maybe a video related to this you'd like me to film, please let me know. I'd be more than glad to do that. Okay, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe if you're not. Okay, join this family. We learn and have fun here. On that note, we've come to the end of this video, and hopefully I see you on my next one. For now, bye. I'ma take it for a ride, let me take it off your mind.